Sometime around the year 600 BCE, the story goes, a legendary Athenian statesman named Solon traveled to the capital of ancient Egypt. Along the steamy banks of the Nile, he sought out the priests of Neith, a goddess in the Egyptian pantheon who was, supposedly, as old as time itself. Solon was curious. What did the priests know about their deep past that the Greeks did not? To encourage them to divulge their secrets, he recounted the oldest tales told in Athens. But one grandfatherly priest merely laughed. The Greeks were little more than children, he scoffed. Like most peoples, they had lost their history time and again when environmental disasters, sparked by cycles in the orbit of the planets, ravaged the Earth. The Greeks remembered nothing. But the banks of the Nile, said the priest, were stable even when the world's environment changed. Here, and only here, memories were preserved of the earliest days. Long ago, the old priest said, the Atlantic Ocean had been tamer. It hadn't been too rough and wild for the rowing ships of the Mediterranean as it was in Solon's day. There had been an island, big as a continent, in what was now open ocean. A mighty empire had grown on that island. So powerful had it become that it sought to conquer the entire Earth. Then, at the height of its hubris, a flood swept it away. The island drowned, its people vanished, and the ocean changed forever. The name of the island had been Atlantis. Such was the tale told to Solon, or rather, recalled by a character in the dialogue dictated by Plato, the great philosopher of Athens who lived about 300 years after Solon. Drawing from the same Egyptian wisdom, that character had more to say in another of Plato's dialogues. Atlantis, he claimed, was a city with alternating rings of land and water, and walls studded with precious stones. Its mighty navy controlled the Atlantic, and its people colonized parts of Europe and Africa. But after many generations, power and riches corrupted Atlantis. Led by Zeus, the gods chose the ultimate punishment. 9,000 years before Solon's time, the city was swallowed by the sea. Plato's dialogues have sparked the imagination ever since they were written down 2,400 years ago. Although adventurers still scour the earth seeking Atlantis, the island and its empire never existed, not as Plato described them. The real story is even more remarkable. It was not one people, one land that the sea had swallowed, it was many. And although Plato had been wrong about the details, he was right about the timing. The Great Flood was underway exactly when Plato said it had been, 9,000 years before his time, or around 11,700 years before ours. It was the end of the Pleistocene. A rising sea would reshape the Earth.